Hi, I'm Justin Landon, Sabor's Government Affairs Director, and I'm here today to talk to you about the City of San Antonio's new sign ordinance, which goes into effect in July. Although the sign ordinance is 80 pages long, only a few pages impact the day-to-day business of real estate. And I'm going to focus on those parts today. And those parts deal primarily with temporary signs. Before I get into the details of the new sign ordinance, though, I want to offer a little history. For the past few decades, the City of San Antonio sign ordinance has treated different kinds of temporary signs differently. Builder signs were treated differently than political signs, which were treated differently than we buy junk car signs. Things like open house signs, which should have been subject to the old ordinance, weren't, which means that realtors who should have been technically pulling $50 permits for every open house weren't, and the city didn't seem to mind. Moving forward to last year, though, the Supreme Court ruled in Reed versus Gilbert, Arizona, that cities could not regulate signage based on content because it violates the First Amendment. That meant that the city couldn't treat "we pay cash for houses" signs any differently than a realtor's open house signs. This requires a total rewrite of the city sign code. Moving forward to now, the new sign code will require anyone who wants to place a temporary sign in the city's right-of-way to have a permit. This 12-month permit is $50, and each sticker to be placed on the back of a sign is $5. These stickers are good for an entire 12 months. So, for example, if a realtor wanted to do an open house with 5 temporary directional signs in the city's right-of-way, they would be required to pay $100 for those 5 signs, which includes the $50 permit, and then those signs would be good for 12 months and could be used at various properties throughout that time period. There are, of course, a number of rules about where and when and how those signs can be placed that I won't go into here, but generally those rules haven't changed from the old ordinance. There's a couple of things I want to be clear on. There is no permit needed for placing a for sale or rent sign in the front yard of a property. Keep doing that the way you've always done it. I'd also want to make it clear that there's no permit required to do an open house. The only requirement is for a permit for temporary signage off-premise. Another thing, although this is a change, I want to be clear that this new sign ordinance is a better deal than the old one. Because of the Supreme Court case, had the sign code not been rewritten, every time someone wanted to put out a temporary sign, the fee would have been $50 flat. Under the new ordinance, that fee is good for 12 months. The city's still working out on the best way to deliver these permits, and if you would like the city to come to your brokerage, let me know and we'll help coordinate that. Of course, you can reach out to me at any time at justin@sabor.com or during business hours at 210-593-1200. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to working with you all to make sure that we can adjust to the new sign ordinance without too much trouble.